Good morning and welcome back to another video on RV Adventures Await. What we're doing today is installing a LED lighting strip against the RV under the awning like a lot of the newer ones. Let me show you what we got. Here we've got the Day Better LED strip lights. They are color changing. Come with a fancy remote. We have the plug-in for both light strips and the IR strip, the power adapter, and we have 2 rows of 16.4 feet of LED strips. So here's our plan. We are going to run it from here all the way down on the metal strip, and we are actually going to attach it to the inside of that round light box right there. Other people have attached it to there and started 2 strips going opposite directions, but I feel like that's a waste of a strip. So we're gonna run it down here and run a small lead, and we're gonna drill a small hole in that we will seal up, and we're gonna attach it to the wires that attach that light bulb right there. So we've gotten our cover off, it's right here. So it was placed up here just like that. We're gonna take that bulb out. We're gonna end up cutting those wires right there at the bottom. We're gonna use that as our power source when we plug up our power adapter. We're gonna take this, we're gonna cut a slot right here. That way we can fit our connection through there after it comes off the end right there. All right, so we've got our small gap here, and with the way this will be oriented it'll be up on the camper like this, so it'll be on the slant from where it comes from the strip up top. So let's see now if that little adapter is going to fit through here. All right, that looks like it's going to work. So we've cut the small light socket here with the 2 wires, and then we're going to take the adapter that normally comes with it, and we're going to cut this to whatever length I see fit. We're going to separate the wires and then connect them to this, and that will connect to our control box. So I'll show you when I get that done. Now that we have tested our lights and made sure they worked, what I've done is I've taken the back of this small electronic control box apart, and I have epoxied all these small chips. So when I originally tested the first one, it worked out good. I took it down there to the RV, went to install it, nothing happened. I had to take the control box apart, and come to find out, one of those small chips down there in the corner had actually come off. So it was just loose. You couldn't hear it because it was so small. So what I did is send it back, got a new set. Now what I've done is epoxied everything. We're gonna let that dry. Then we're gonna put the cover back on, epoxy right around the corner of the pocket or the back, and then we're gonna epoxy around these connectors, so maybe it'll push out any moisture that may try to get in. All right, so we've got shrink wrap I ordered on Amazon, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide it over this to the part that is exposed to the weather, and I'm going to shrink wrap it so it will seal it and it will blend in with the RV, so it won't look odd like having black shrink wrap or something on there. And that way it seals the lights a little bit so that they're not too obvious that it runs into the exterior light where it hooks up. So we're getting to hook this up, make sure it's hooked up the correct way. Plug that in. If it doesn't come on, you flip it around. All right, there we go. We got lights, if you can see them. So we're going to unhook that. So I got my control box all, it's got two-part epoxy all the way around it, and then I got my shrink wrap in. This will all be in the light housing so you won't see it, and then this part is white and it'll go up to the awning. I don't have a way to mount the camera, so I'll come back and show you how I mounted it all. So we got our light all put up. I cut it right there at the end. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Right there, if you can see a little copper looking color. And it runs all the way down that track, all the way over here to the light. Now, let me show you. So this is the control box. I've got it sealed around here. The other side, I actually put some double-sided tape to stick it on this aluminum piece. Here's where I shrink wrapped all the way up. I have Wago connectors connecting these. Now these, it does matter which line you have hooked to this. I cut the power supply that would plug into here that would normally go to 110. I cut it, split the two lines, and connected into the proper connector for the white wire and the black. And it's just shrink wrapped, shrink tubing all the way up to here. And I'm gonna push this up once I put the light back on. Now, one thing I have found out is, for some odd reason, the remote does not function now. I'm not sure why the remote's not functioning, but as I try to power it on and off or fade or anything else, it's just not functioning now. It was minutes ago, but let me turn it on for you. And so it works off the interior switch, because the interior switch ran that light up there. So and then you can see, so the shrink tubing right up there, you can see it's very faint through the tubing, but I didn't want it bright like this going down to the light, which is why I shrink tube. But you can see all the way across. Luckily I had it set on white, which I know it looks kind of blue, but that's the white setting for the LED. All right, so this is the light cover that goes. What I did is I just cut a notch using a Dremel tool, and it will go right over the line, and then I am going to seal that with some silicone. I'm gonna put all this in here, and then that is gonna go right there, like so. And then it's gonna go all the way up to there and run all the way across. All right, we've got our silicone in that hole right there. Get this thing to focus. We've got our silicone in the hole right there. It runs up there and then across to the lights. So that does it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful to some of you. I know that there's some unanswered questions on why the remote's not working now when it was working before. I don't know. I'm glad I had it on white. That way, since it can't be changed, at least when I flip the switch, it's on a nice, cool blue or cool white setting. So hope you guys like this. Hit that subscribe button and hit like on that video if you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comment down below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Y'all have a good day. Wait for the next video to come out.